Right, I thought sometimes it's probably better to show rather than tell. So if I release this clamp, you can see it kind of flaps. So I was always hoping to have the insulated panel to come and sit up underneath here to hold that up like that. Here's our differential. This is a 100mm panel that's on here, and you can see there's actually 90mm difference here. So essentially we could do with 190mm of insulated panel here and only 70mm here. So I have cut down a panel, kind of split it to fit into here. Take this off and take 3 strips of the thin insulation there and 3 strips of that, fix it to here, and then use this to fix through onto there, and that should hold everything into position. That's the plan, and that should stop the sagging that we're experiencing here. So this will come and support this here like that, and then we will put some fixings down through here into the timber that I've buried into here, and that will essentially lock the top sheet that we have here into the side dormer sheets here, and that should prevent any wind uplift issues. It's very, very sheltered here because we've got the main building here. Even on really, really windy days, you can see the trees kind of swaying and going crazy, but down here we are very, very sheltered. It's very, very rare to get any wind at all, apart from the occasional northerly wind, which is from this way. All of the weather that we get, all the big weather that we get, is coming from the southwest, from the Atlantic. I'm not worried that there's a gap like behind there. I don't think there's going to be a problem with interstitial condensation there. If anything, any more moist air does make its way out through 240mm of insulation, and also the vapor control layer on the inside, it'll come out through the breathable membrane, which breathes out this way, and it will just hit the top of there and run down. It's all basically completely covered up, so there shouldn't really be any problems there whatsoever. Just need to do the rest, and then we're ready to fit the panels.
Hi, back in the garden today, and got Charlie helping me over there. Yeah, Viking Charlie. We are just doing some weeding. In fact, Charlie is clearing the weeds because we have had great weather for growing. Lots of rain and then sunshine, but that means the weeds also come back. So be careful, Chaz. He is going through the jungle here, and then we've got a bit more hardboard to lay. And I am busy going through the beds and doing some weeding. Now I have overplanted some stuff, some salads and things, because I just want to kind of clear up as much of the space as possible and not have it empty for the weeds. So yeah, things are coming on well. We've got an aubergine growing here. There it is. We've got plenty of chilies coming, so I might pick some of those today. And the coriander's doing really well. The herbs are picking up, and we've got some dwarf beans growing here. They're looking really good. And back up here, beetroot doing brilliantly, and there's a mini melon there, so I don't know what that's going to be like. They're like bite-sized ones. And then Charlie and Rich planted some watermelon seeds here, which I think might be these coming up here.
Yeah, that's about where we planted ours.
So we'll see how they do. If we keep getting the summer we're getting, they might actually ripen. And then all these little ones are flower seeds. I put a lot of poppy seeds in here just to see how they did. And there's our currants. They're probably not going to do great this year, but next year they'll be doing well. So quite pleased with how things are progressing.
Yeah, Mum, they seem like, if you look at the beetroots, it seems like they're pushing up out the soil there.
Yep, well they'll be growing their root, won't they, under there?
They're ready for picking soon.
Yeah, I guess so. Don't want them to be too big. I want them to be small and sweet. So yeah, we could do that. We can certainly eat the leaves as well, can't we?
Definitely taking them up.
What, the
today.
chilies?
Yeah, definitely picking a couple of them.
Yeah.
They look ready.
You're getting into your chilies now, Charlie?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, great. So yeah, we're just bagging on with that today. And yeah, oh, the other thing I just wanted to talk about was thank you to everyone for your comments and your hints and tips for me. As you'll see, we have created a path down the side here, and really the reason I did that is because I'm going to have to reach over to be able to contain all the kind of shrubbery that grow along the side here, so I need access, otherwise it'll just get out of control and I won't be able to get to it. And people were talking about I needed to leave space for a wheelbarrow, so yeah, I specifically left 60 centimetres, so that's enough space for a wheelbarrow to get through. So yeah, I guess I'm just trying some stuff out this year. I'm playing around with what we've got here up at the vegetable garden, and then, as you know, anyone that is a gardener or has tried to grow vegetables, you kind of need to be on it quite a lot. You need to be in the vicinity to keep an eye on them, and I'm not, because we're still not living here. So once we're living here, I really am going to plan a bit more of a specific vegetable garden, so I'll know what's going in and what needs looking after. At the moment, we're just trying stuff out, just having a bit of fun with it. But yeah, the other thing people mentioned was the size of the beds. I have made them 1.2 meters, which is what I've read is an ideal size so that you can reach into them very well. I've made them a bit longer than recommended, but that kind of works for this space. Although these two beds are here, eventually there'll be a gate back in here, double gate, and so in this space here there'll be space for the doors to open, and probably just some big containers and pots that I can be a bit more flexible with. Here there'll be like a seating area, a kind of patio seating area with maybe a pergola over the top of it and some hopefully grapes growing over it. This side there'll be 2 smaller beds, so the path will take you basically from the house up onto the seating area. So that's kind of the outline plan for now. So maybe that will help you think about why I've put the beds in the way that I have done. But yeah, thanks for all your tips and experience, because it's really, really helpful to me.
Today's not going to plan. We had a lot of rain. The jig I made, both Matt and I can't remember if we tried it on the last 2 dormers. We did it on the first 2 and they fitted. I can't remember, he can't remember. So we started with dormer 4. It's ever so slightly out. So we've had to bring things down and need to adjust them, not gonna lie. I'm not particularly pleased about that, but c'est la vie. Also, the 30mm insulation I put on is just a bit too big by about 10 mil. So we have taken that off and we're gonna use a bit of this OSB. That should give us the right offset. Get that cut, get it adjusted, get it back in. Anyway, I'm wobbling, let's get on. Who knows how you all fell down? Let's put you back up here. This time, don't fall down.
saw some scissors.
I did have scissors.
Look at this, guys.
Big
The
fella.
first produce from the garden.
Okay, and then let's grab these chilies. So these are Trofeo, they're called.
Ooh.
And
And it's a
these
sugary
are
one.
called Poxigo. Poxigo, that's a funny name.
And they're spicy ones, this.
These are spicier. So we know the big one is the sweeter one. I don't know, maybe we should leave them until they go red. Should we leave some on, take some off?
These ones look like it's supposed to be green. That one looks like it's supposed to be red.
Okay,
I don't.
but it got so big, so I'm going to
Yeah.
leave
here.
those ones on. Hang
Here.
on, I haven't finished.
Can I do one?
Yeah, sure.
Wanted to try it out, you know? Yeah. Gonna get this curvy one.
Yeah, don't get the leaf.
Oh, I've got a tiny bit.
Okay. Just be gentle with the stem when you're grabbing it, because there's going to be plenty more growing on it. Hopefully there's some flowers at the top, look.
I can see some buds.
Yeah. That will be
Couple
chilies, future chilies. And that last one. Great.
Very fruitful chili plant.
It's pretty good. How many have we got, Chaz?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the spicy ones. 7 with the big one.
Okay, cool. Well, what should we have to eat tonight then?
Maybe some fajitas with some chili sauce.
Could do, yeah.
Fajita. I love
Good
fajita.
idea. Right, great. That's us for the day then.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Good morning to you all. It's lovely today. I've got one day. I'm technically on holiday, but I've got a cheeky day today. And my good friend Dan, he's here to help me. And we are going to try and get the rest of those panels on. Couldn't quite get it done with Matt. We had a few issues with being able to see whether things were out. I couldn't, in the position I was in, screwing stuff, I couldn't see the bigger picture, and unfortunately we installed them a couple of times and they had to come back out again a couple of times. So hopefully today we're going to get them on. That would be lovely, and then I get to go on holiday. So let's get on and do it. Last one of the day. It's nearly time to have a beer. Isn't that right, Dan?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Well, I think it is, anyway.
Yes, nearly time for beer. My beer glands are dry. Okay, oh, hang on. Okay, normal voice. Okay, everybody, normal voice.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, it's time to go home. We're going to have a beer, aren't we, Dan?
Yes, we are. Yes.
Yes, we're going to have a beer.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you soon. Like and subscribe. Like, hype, and subscribe. The hype really helps. Whoop, whoop. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I've got a special guest, even more special than Dan yesterday.
Hey.
So this is T, or Teresa. This is my little sis. She's not little anymore, we're in our 40s, but she'll always be my little sis.
I will.
And T is very, very kindly said that she'd come and give us a hand. Hopefully we're going to finish off the bits and pieces that Dan and I didn't get to yesterday, and that would be amazing. So yeah.
We will.
Should we get on with it?
Let's do it.
Okay. All this gets covered with a cover strip, so
Okay.
you know, it doesn't matter, there's a little cut out of it.
Yeah.
I will get you to pass that in to me, and I'm going to mark it.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass it back out to you. I'll come out and we're going to cut the little wedge like we have on the other ones, in order for that to go in.
Okay.
All right, that's
Yeah.
our first thing. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, right, now we should be able.
To lift up.
Yes, so we don't want to go crazy.
Yeah.
I'll show you though, look. You don't have to be,
Vicious with it.
hold it like that. Right, now, I will take that off of you, and you come behind me.
Okay.
All right, you got yours.
Mine.
I am ready to receive the chunk of doom.
The doom is coming.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, I have it.
Roof is going up, up, up.
Lovely.
Roof is coming down, down, down.
Okay, right, stick it down. Let's see. I think we might have to cut more off of this by the looks of it. This wants to be up underneath here, and I'll be pushing it up. So what I need you to do is offer some pressing resistance that way.
Okay. So would it be better to put my whole weight off on there or not?
No.
Okay.
I think you should be okay. I'm going to push up against that. That's
Yeah,
all we're doing.
that's all we're doing, yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to suck it and see. I've got a feeling I'm going to have to do some more adjustments to this, but
Okay.
we can prepare ourselves and get ourselves ready
Yeah.
for a future where this actually does work.
Hang on, I'm just going to slide this a bit this way.
Well, you just
Not
tell
on
me
the
when
edge.
you're happy.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right.
Do you want me to
No.
tell when you're
No. So that wants to go over at the bottom. Yeah, which is no bad thing because it hasn't got a screw in it at the
Screwing it,
minute.
yeah.
You can kind of live with that. That's quite happy. The most important thing is that it's plumbed this way,
Okay.
way, because I'm putting stuff on top of it.
Yeah,
it's all
okay.
going to come over.
Anyway.
Like, and so like you've got all this weirdness to fill in anyway. Obviously, getting it plumbed would be brilliant, but like, yeah, we are quite a way out
that
there, so that I could probably afford to come back. Which you can probably see that. Can you see how it's?
Yeah. It's tighter there and then up there. Yeah.
All right.
Which means that it's falling down.
Yeah. So
higher.
what we might well have. Yeah. Can you see
Yeah.
how it's actually touching the timber at the back? Can you see?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
So if we were to go back and up and getting it touched, I think we are going to be pretty close to where we want to be.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
This is why I just wanted to put one screw in.
Yeah. Just
We
to
have a
see.
little reconnoitre, we have a little look. Yours?
Yep.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, fine.
Right, let's lift it up.
There you go. All right.
Yep, lovely. It's on it and then it goes down set on that, but it still looks,
Okay.
see what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think
Good.
that's pretty sweet as it goes.
Yeah.
Because when we pop a
Screw
screw in there,
It's
it
gonna
will
push
hold
that, yeah.
that. So I think that's brilliant actually.
Nice, good.
Now, now we've got to take it out one more time.
Yeah.
And then we've got to put the little piece in the back first because
Yeah.
you can't get that in. Let's,
Need to lift up a bit at the back.
well, I'm just going to see. It's never worked before and it's not going to work now. It just isn't. There we go.
Okay.
Now, if you want to lift up the roof,
Yeah.
please. Screw in.
Yeah.
It went into the same place.
Yeah.
That is good. Okay, relax.
Good. Relax. Relax.
Now I would like the drill with the
Yep.
drill bit, please. A couple of the longer 200mm screws, and they're in the cardboard package.
Okay, yeah, voila.
Thank you.
Voila.
Lovely, thanks, love. That's officially not going anywhere
Nope.
anytime soon.
Do you want that all off?
Yep.
Very satisfying.
Oh, yes.
A little bit caught around the screw. Yeehaw.
Pretty good.
Nice.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Last one.
Spray can.
Spray can
Spray
is here.
paint.
I've seen that.
Touch up there and a touch up there. One there. Eyes.
Yeah. And is. Nose, head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and cheese on toast.
Time for lunch.
Righto.
Good morning. How are you all? Oh, it's a misty, murky day this morning, and I've had quite a few bits and bobs to do. This will be the second intro I've recorded, so I don't know. Maybe at the end of August you would have seen me say that we've just got back off a holiday, but this is the introduction for the video that you'll probably end up seeing in, crikey, October, beginning of October, because I've always got like a 5 or 6 week delay in what I've filmed. Can you see behind? I had the lovely Dan come and help me, along with my lovely sister, Teresa. So the side panels, they are all on. However, that's the first one we put on. And you can see the overhang doesn't necessarily work too well. We figured out how to get them all so the overhang works better on all the other ones. So today, all we need to do is take off that first one and basically put some packers on the inside, some insulation, and then we will be able to put it back on. And we've also got a slight issue with that left-hand side panel of bay number 4, where it's ever so slightly out of plumb. So it's just kind of that way. And so we need to take that one off and see what's going on and maybe do a tiny bit of packing to get that to work. Let's pop that on there. Hope you guys can see that. It's just out. It's about 15 millimeters at the bottom. So we'll wipe these off, unscrew that, and see what's going on. I've got a feeling all we need to do is put a little bit of a pack here at the bottom, just to pack it out slightly. You know the drill, what we need to take off. It's taken most of the day, but we've really gone to town and made sure that everything's nice and kind of covered up, and looks like we've got a little bit of rain coming, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. I've done a bit of spray painting, but it's all kind of like underneath the roof. Anyway, here we go. I think you would all agree that that all looks rather spitting on the sides, and yeah, there we go. Today was a good day. The rain has defeated us a little bit, but I'm going to swing you guys around. We've dropped the scaffolding down. It's nearly all dropped down to the right level. We've got a little bit to do tomorrow. What do you think? I am very happy. Quite often when you get back from holiday, that first day can be emotional, but yeah, genuinely we've had a really good day. We've really got on, and I'm very pleased. I think that I really needed those 2 weeks off. It's been the first days off I'd had in 7 months, So I've been working 7 days a week. So yeah, having 2 weeks off was lovely, absolutely lovely. Feel invigorated, and I feel like this thing is starting to look amazing. So anyway, time to go home. Actually, time to have a beer, and then we're going to go home. So we'll see you next time. Bye bye.